Ew. I love ants on my laptop. Anyway, I thought I'd be like Gia and toss it up for once. Since she's not always in the bathroom now, I won't always be in the basement. But I have to admit, it feels odd not being in my usual location for my videos. I feel so naked. And not just because I'm not wearing pants. But anywho, today is October 16th, 2006. And a lot of you don't know this, but a year ago today, I almost died. Sad, I know. And just to think that you could have never known me or known the joy that is Barrett. I know it makes a lot of you very upset. So if you think you're going to get emotional, just stop watching now. But anywho, October 16th last year, I was coming out of class and I was going to a job interview. And I started to get a little chest pain. I'm like, oh, that's awkward. But I get those a lot. So I was like, all right, maybe I'm just, having growing pains, which is what the doctor told me when I complained about it before. So I went on to my job interview, which was at Dunkin' Donuts Baskin Robbins. And it was owned by someone I used to go to high school with. And pretty much everyone from my school worked there. So I figured, whatever, this should be easy. And I was sitting through it, and I'm, like, dying while I'm talking to her. I'm like, oh, really? Oh, God, yeah. Yeah, whatever, girl. And I was clutching my chest the entire time. And she told me, oh, you have the job. Training starts next week, blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh, okay, fabulous. And then I was supposed to go to some little audition thing for, like, all these talent agencies or something with my friend Equa. And I called. I was like, yeah, I got some chest pains. I don't know if I'll be able to go. I'm going to call you back. So I thought I'd go take a little nap because, I do love to get my sleep on. And when I laid down, it got even worse. It felt like somebody was stabbing me in the chest. So I was like, yeah, I would not be taking a nap right now. So then I just told my father to take me to the emergency room, which I had to be sick because I don't like to go to the doctor for anything. I'll, have my leg cut off and still be like, oh, it's fine, just get a Band-Aid. But I had to go. So he drove me to the hospital. Oh, he couldn't find a parking spot, so he went to the little clinic place. So I was at the hospital, and you go leave and take me somewhere else because you couldn't find a parking spot. I could die, man. But anyway, we didn't know what was going on at the time. So we went there, and they're like, oh, what's wrong? I'm like, I'm having a heart attack, which sounded kind of odd that a 17-year-old is having a heart attack. But hey, it happens, and I know what a heart attack would feel like. Well, I would assume I would know. But if your heart is hurting, it's being attacked, it's a heart attack, what is he going to call it, So I said, I'm having a heart attack, and they took the x-rays and all that, and I thought, oh, maybe it's not that bad, as I clenched my chest. And I hear him outside in the hallway. Doctors should close the doors because they don't want to worry their patients. He's like, oh, we got a real bad case, blah, blah. Send an ambulance. I'm like, oh, that's nice. That's real nice. So it comes back in and says, we're sending an ambulance. And I'm thinking, what the hell? What are you an ambulance for? It's okay. It's not that bad. He's like, oh, we need to rush him. We can't waste time. We have to rush him. Because my father said he would drive me, but he insisted that we rush me in an ambulance. Oh, goody. So the ambulance people come and all that. But I felt kind of odd being on the stretcher all strapped in and whatnot when I can walk. I mean, couldn't I just sit in the back and chill with him? But no, couldn't do that. So they're rushing, and let me tell you, being in an ambulance is not the business. You would think that it would be fun, but it wasn't. Not when you're strapped down. And I had nothing to clutch onto because I'm like strapped down everywhere. And every time they hit a sharp corner, I just go sliding. And I couldn't grab on anything. It was horrifying. I thought I was going to fly out. But that was not cool. And it was raining. Ugh. So they wheel me into the little thing, and all these doctors come in, and they started trying to rip my clothes off. I'm like, excuse me? No, boo-boo. That's not for you. You didn't even buy me dinner first, and you're trying to rip my clothes off? I don't think so. So then they were like, oh, we need to take his pants off. Yeah, no, you don't. So I put them back on. What I didn't take my pants off for? Ain't nothing going on down there. I'm having a heart attack, not a crotch attack. So they decided, oh, I might want to tell you what I actually had, because it wasn't a heart attack. Apparently, my lung had collapsed because I had pneumonia, which I didn't know I had, and I was coughing so much that I had a spontaneous pneumothorax. So basically, I coughed so much that I coughed a hole in my lung, and my organs were starting to shift, and they were pressing on my heart, which is why I thought I was having a heart attack. See, I knew what I was talking about. I said my heart hurt, okay? And I was right. But anyway, on a side note, I had no trouble breathing at all. I could do this and all that good stuff, so that's odd. You have a hole in your lung and you can breathe perfectly. So don't think just because you can breathe that your lung is not collapsing as we speak. But anywho, you know who else had that? The guy from 30 Rock who plays the intern guy with the country accent. Just thought I'd throw that in there. When he was on Conan, he said that. But bringing it back to me, because it's about me, they started, all these people came in. I was like, what are you doing to me? What is this? What's going on? What's happening? And she's like, oh, we're just going to do this. And we're going to put this little box in your chest. It was some box with a long tube. They were going to stick it in my chest and tape to my chest so I can breathe. Excuse me? I was like, can I get some anesthesiologist up in here or something? Somebody give me something. And he was like, oh, I got you. He ain't have shit. I felt everything. I felt like them people on the news that wake up in the middle of surgery and they want to scream for help but they can't and they feel it. I felt it, but I was halfway in the bag anyway, so I was like, whatever. So I could feel them like shoving this into my chest, but at the same time I didn't really care because I was like, I was dizzy, but I still felt it. And I was trying to get the lady come back in there. I was chit-chatting with her about her being a Jew to get my mind off my impending death, because the man did say that if I had come in if I had waited a few hours to say something, I would have died. So I guess I couldn't have waited, could I? But he said if I hadn't come in when I came in, I could have died. And basically, if I had gone and taken that nap like I wanted to, I would have died, because I just would have, not woken up. Because I sleep for 80 hours at a time, so it would have been like 4 days later before they check on me. And I locked my door, so you couldn't really pop in. And it's a good thing that it hurt when I laid down, because I was sure about to fuck that bed up. I really was. But anywho, sleeping can kill you. So I had to call one of my friends, and actually multiple friends of mine, and notify them what was going on. Then when he came in, I had given him a little list of people to call and notify of my impending death, and where they can send flowers and such, and all that good stuff. And more importantly, my birthday was coming up, because my birthday was the 24th, and it was 8 days to my birthday. I was not trying to die before my party, because I had to get my gifts. You know what I'm saying? For real. But, his father came in, and he was a pastor, so he had his little prayer circle and whatnot, and good times. And Equa, my friend, was the one I was going to go with. She and her brother I was friends with, and that was their father. And then they stayed a while, and my mother brought me some Panda Express, which is my stuff, but I was feeling fucked up. I couldn't even eat that shit. Then a lady gonna come in and ask me about my bowel movements, and when was the last time you had one, and what was the consistency, and I don't know. I don't keep a log. I don't have a doo-doo journal, and I write down, today it was creamy, and it was like gravy with a light brown, and little pebbles in it. I don't know, lady. Stop asking me this, especially with an audience. I don't like to broadcast my movements like that, okay? It's not for everybody. It's just for me. But you want to know all these questions. What did that have to do with anything? Did I have anything going on down there? No. This was up here in the lungs, okay? That was not the business. But, yeah, they were keeping me. They're like, oh, we're going to keep you a week or something. I don't remember how long it was. It was a while. It felt like forever. And I didn't pee for I didn't go to the bathroom at all for like a week, I think. That really wasn't part of any medicine or anything. I just didn't go, because it hurt like a bastard to get up and move. So I just stayed in that bed, and I was like, fuck it. Until my mother threatened me. She was like, I'm going to tell the doctor you haven't been in the bathroom. I'm like, okay, I'll go. But I didn't take a bath either. I was not trying to move, because I was hunched over like this the whole time, and I couldn't move. I was like Quasimodo, not from the actual lung collapsing, from the box. I had a long-ass tube in my lung, and it would hurt if I moved, so I just had to sit like that. But let me tell you, what was that? That morphine? That's the business. Morphine. Oh, if I could get like a IV bag and hook it up to me every day, oh my God, that was my shit. But my mama had to go and tell them not to give it to me, because after I already had it, she said I was getting dependent on it. I wasn't getting dependent. I just needed my morphine, because that was my stuff. You understand? It was good as hell. But anyway, she told me to stop giving it to me. They gave me some other shit that didn't help, some painkilling, something that was not at all helping me. And that hospital food, I was not about to eat what they gave me. I ordered from the little thing. I said, can I get a cheeseburger with extra cheese? And can I get this and that and some cranberry juice? I wanted what I wanted, because I thought I was about to die. So anyway, they were telling me, oh, it's not getting better. It's not inflating like it needs to. We might have to stick this giant tube in the side. I was not having that. Oh, look, I'm running out of time, so let me wrap this up. Anywho, for like 2 weeks or whatever, I had this thing in my chest. And then the day of my party, I had to get it taken out, because I wanted to get my dance on, And he was like, something like, take a deep breath. And he yanked it out, and I'm like, what's going on? I see this bloody tube and everything, and blood everywhere. I'm like, what the hell? He took it, I didn't even tell me. I have a little scar, too. Let me see if you can see it. Where is it? There it is. Let me show you. Can you see it? You see that? Yeah, that's a scar from that. And I don't appreciate that, because when I'm sexy on the beach, I don't want to have scars everywhere. But I guess I'm done with my story since I'm running out of time. But anyway, I almost died. So this past year, I tried to live it up by sleeping every day. Because you never know when your time might be up. You really don't. They say that, but it's true, because I was almost dead. So be glad that I didn't die. Although it could happen again. They told me it could happen anytime and I won't even see it coming. That's real comforting. But anyway, I guess I'll go. Holla!